I'm live again. I just wanted to say something else after that broadcast with Mel. There's this principle which we live by, and it says that shared brokenness builds stronger bonds than shared beliefs. And that is such a truth. It's such a powerful truth. To think that sharing our hearts and the stuff that we go through with each other will build stronger bonds than aligning our beliefs. Obviously, aligning our beliefs are important, but I think this world is so fake and so plastic and so I don't know, categorized or scheduled or planned. Even church is planned to the minute sometimes. Um, that there's no real and raw left in the world anymore. And that is what we facilitate on this process. We bring ladies together and we tap into the real and the raw and the relevant, um, the stuff that's been happening in people's lives. We tap into the brokenness. We share the brokenness. And the strangest thing happens when we share the brokenness, a bond happens. I'm sure our brain releases some oxytocin or one of those wonderful weird names, some dopamine and oxytocin mix or something like that. I don't know. Um, but in that moment, there's a bonding that takes place. And one thing that you'll notice when joining the program is that we genuinely care for one another. I remember many years ago with a guy named, I think his name was Louis Wilsenach from Willow Creek. I don't know if he's still in the vicinity working for Willow Creek, South Africa. But me and a friend of mine, Quentin, went to visit him and we spoke about calling. He asked me, how do you know you called? And I said, because I love people. Why do you want to work for God? I love people. I really do love people. The people that know me and that have journeyed with me know that I love people. I know very few people that have been hurt by the work that we do. Happens, obviously, it happens, and not everybody will be happy with what we do, but it's because we are driven by love. I'm driven by love for people. I believe that the great commandment, love the Lord your God with all your heart, all your mind, all your soul, is very important. And then it says, and love your neighbor like yourself. So I'm working very hard on loving myself more. I love my neighbor easily, and sometimes loving God is tough and it's challenging. It's difficult for me. I have a drive and a hunger inside of my heart to know Him more and to bring His truth into the lives and hearts of those people who are involved with the organization. And I'm just thinking of Genesis 1, verse 1, where it says, um, in the beginning, God created the world, and the world was without form. It was darkness. God created heaven and earth. And then the earth was without form, dark and void. And then he said, let there be light. And light is synonymous with truth, right? So it's my commitment to live in 100% truth as far as possible. And to see how the light of truth will pierce through the darkness of people's sin and shame and their brokenness, and to get them to share their brokenness with other people and to experience a bond of healing and love in that moment is the very reason, exactly the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing, why I'm so driven, why I'm doing these Facebook lives every single day. If you know me, I hate public speaking. I don't like it at all. But I'm doing this because I feel absolutely compelled. We have a message, we have a method, we have a process, we have brilliant people on this program who are there to love people. Often our staff meetings revolve just about listening to each other, hearing where we are at, because I firmly believe that it's not possible to be a loving and caring, healing organization if we can't love and care and bring healing to each other in our staff meetings. We have to love people. There's a saying, I think it's by, was it Abraham Lincoln? So I don't know. Someone said, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So it's all about caring about people first. And if you are out there and you are lost and you are alone, and sometimes not just lonely, but there's something deeper than loneliness, and that is aloneness. You are alone and isolated because this terrible thing has happened, and you cannot speak to your husband. You cannot speak to your wife. You cannot speak to the members at church, your brothers at church, for fear of judgment. You cannot speak to the pastor. You cannot speak to your family members. You can't speak to your in-laws. You can't speak to your own parents. You can't speak to your kids. You find yourself in this space that is called aloneness, a lonely, alone, dark, and cold space. Then please know today that there is someone out there. There's a whole organization out there who care about you, who would not want you to feel lonely and lost and hurting in the cold, dark pit. That we don't want you to stay in that space. And last thing that I'm saying is that I want to share with you guys is the saying. It says that human beings can live for 40 days without food. We can live for 4 days, roughly about 4 days without water. We can live for about 4 minutes without oxygen, but not for longer than 1 second without hope. Because the moment we lose all hope, we are programmed to self-destruct. Please don't allow yourself to get to that space. If you've lost hope, if you're alone, if you're in a dark, cold pit without anyone else there, please reach out. We're here to help. It's not to join. You're not joining the organization. You're not joining the program. You're just connecting with someone else who's willing to listen and hear and care. So we're all in this together. Love you all. Enjoy your Easter weekend. I'm taking things a bit slower this weekend, but I'll be waiting for your connection and contact with me. And I'll respond to every single message as soon as it's humanly possible. But for now, from this point onwards, from 7:44, my family will be first, and then I will be available and listening to everyone else. I hope you have a phenomenal day, everyone. Enjoy Easter. Remember what the season's all about. It's about light piercing into darkness, the darkness of hell, and in that moment, bringing light and life and love and being raised up. And and if we lift Jesus up, he will draw all men to himself. That's what he said. So anyway, hope you have a fantastic day. Have a great day, and we'll connect again soon. Cheers, everyone. Bye.